Okay, you're live.
Okay, thanks. Hi, everyone. This is Mike Dolly. This is a meeting of the Sleepy Hollow Local Development Corp. The date is February 22nd. First order of business is to take roll. Can the directors announce themselves?
Anthony Scarpati.
Yes.
Ken Ray.
Hi, Ken.
Teresa Esty.
Teresa, hello. Great. And then this is Mike Dolly. Staff and legal counsel, can you announce yourselves?
Anthony Giaccio's on.
Michael Curdy from Harris Beach.
Joan Bucci.
And Dan Breyer.
Great, thanks, everybody. Okay, well, with that, we'll move on to the minutes. Minutes from February 8th. Any questions, comments, changes? Otherwise, I'll ask for a motion to approve those.
So moved.
How about a second?
Second. Come on, guys.
Where is
Sorry,
it?
I'm still going through it because we got it 2 minutes ago.
I'm sorry,
did
I seconded. I was on
Well,
mute.
I was, then you know what? Let me withdraw my motion, and I'm going to ask the chair to table the minutes until our next meeting.
Well, we might be able to get to them later in the meeting, so if Teresa reads them. If not,
Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
why I had the Board of Trustee meetings instead of the LDC meetings. I don't know if anyone else had that problem.
Yes.
Yeah, that was me. I'm doing dual coverage and
Okay,
sorry,
no worries.
wrong one there.
Okay, we'll move on. And by the way, the agenda that was in the packet has February 8th as the date. It should be the 22nd.
Oh, geez.
We want to correct that also. Okay, we'll table the minutes. Moving on to expenditures, we've got a total of $19,787.69. Any questions or comments on those? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Expenditures are approved. We've got two resolutions to go through. One is for additional camera work down at the site, and the other one is for work WSP will be doing over the next couple of phases. Dan, you want to give a brief overview of those two resolutions?
Yeah, so the first is so that we can have several of the existing cameras on the east parcel site relocated, as well as the addition of 2 new cameras so that we can have better coverage or complete coverage of the entire site, especially now that we're going to be doing a little bit of work or more work towards the southern end at the viaduct. And the second is a design agreement with WSP to essentially bring the phase 2 and a portion of phase 3 from concept design through construction documents, with the goal of getting underway with construction by the end, hopefully, of this year.
Okay, any questions from anyone on those? And I'm just looking for the amounts real quick. So the amount on the camera work is $6,655. And the amount on the The WSP work is, bear with me
0.
1 second.
On WSP, it's 633,808. It's in last sentence. of section one.
633,808, yeah. Can I get a motion on those 2 resolutions to approve those?
Oh, I had a question. Does the scope include the Clinton Street extension?
Yes.
Okay, that's there too. So in the email you sent us, Dan, with those little points next to the budget that we had
Mhm.
for the 25 million, those are all included in the scope that WSP has provided.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll move for approval of the WSP resolution and approval of the resolution for additional cameras.
Okay,
I'll second that.
all right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those are approved. Next, we'll move on to the consultant update. Dan, do you have anything to report?
Yep. So just as far as East Parcel Phase 1B, really no update since the last meeting. Our next deliveries of fill are anticipated by the end of this month, weather permitting. Fortunately, it looks like the weather is going to get to above freezing, and any potential weather events will be rain instead of snow, at least for the foreseeable future, which will only help kind of thaw the site and get us ready to accept future deliveries of fill and complete Phase 1B at some point, by the end of February into March. As far as
Oh, I just said great, thanks.
as far as the East Parcel Viaduct, Cortese has been on top of whenever we have had since there's been, I think, 1 or 2 more snow events since the last big one, and they've been going out there to clear the deck as needed, if the threat was there to have greater than 4 or 5 inches, just to keep the accumulation down. So as of last Friday, the deck was clear and should still be clear. We'll continue monitoring the weather. However, Metro North has confirmed receipt of our work plan and our entry permit application. So that's in progress. Cortese is pulling together all the insurances required to complete the application. And once we're to the point where Metro North is satisfied with all the insurance is covered, we will set up a field visit so that the Metro North folks and Cortese can kind of outline exactly what's going to happen work-wise to determine the level, if any, of force account that will be needed. So that's really the last step before the physical work, is ready to commence, which Cortese is ready to go as soon as that's done.
And where is Metro North? Are they moving on this, or?
Yes. So just the fact that they responded back, in receipt, they took no objections to the work that we've outlined. But before they can process the entry permit, they need to have all the insurances in place to move to that next step, and that'll be determining force account, which I can't see there being much. Probably just when Cortese is there using a pumping truck to pour the concrete around the new, the temporary columns that are going to support the deck, for the next couple of months, just because there's the potential, if something were to fall over, that could foul the tracks. But pretty much all the work that we're doing is from LDC property, although it is directly adjacent to the Hudson Line tracks there. So that's why they want to just physically see it in the field to determine, do they need to be there for 1 day or 5 days while the work commences.
Right. By the way, have they been posted that we're going to want to take it down in the not too distant future also? Are they aware of that?
It has been mentioned, not specifically, or meaning that it's not a part of the work that we are progressing now, but rather once we do have that entry permit established and are ready to perform the physical work, I think the intent is to hopefully try and roll that, or at least keep that entry permit open for the future work, so that whenever we do have a contractor on board to do that, the process will be much smoother.
Okay, got it.
So that's where we're at with the viaduct. More information as I have it in the days to come. And the only other item that I have is related to the Paris reporting, and this is from the 2019-2020 fiscal year. That has been completed on the state website. It's been reviewed and approved by the folks at Harris Beach, and is just waiting review, approval, and submission by the LDC's CFO.
Okay, and that's imminent, or?
That is, I'll have to touch base with Sarah tomorrow. I think she was on vacation last week, but I would imagine that we should be able to hit the send button this week on that, just to get caught up. And then there's a couple of things that we'll have coming up to stay on top of Paris, and hopefully get things submitted within the the typical deadlines for the 2020-2021 fiscal year.
Got it. Okay. Anything else? Any questions for Dan?
None here.
All right, thanks, Dan. How about old business, new business? Anyone?
None.
Okay.
None.
All right, I'd like to have a quick exec session.
If I may, just one thing for the record.
Mhm.
I wanted to wish Mark, my twin brother, a happy birthday.
Today's
birthday,
Ken's
Mark.
birthday. Today's Ken's birthday.
Happy
Birthday.
birthday, Ken.
Happy birthday, Mark. So
Yeah, it's really not
Brother.
Ken's birthday. The more important one is the older brother, right? Or the better looking one or the smarter one. I forget how that all goes, but happy
He's-
birthday there, Ken.
but then he is older, smarter, better looking, better shape. The negative is he's a lawyer. So
That's funny.
Hold on one second. I'm just adding this to my calendar. So
you'll remember to reach out. Mark's in Reno. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike? Okay.
I'll need his info.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ken.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to do a quick exec session to discuss a couple legal matters and a contract negotiation matter. So with
So
that, can I
moved.
get a motion to go into exec, please?
So moved. Going to exec.
Second,
For all the second.
all those in favor say aye. Aye, thank you.
Aye.
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 Good night, everybody.
And, yeah, good night, Joanne.
Good
Night,
night, Joan. Be
Joan.
well.
Night.
Good night, Joan. Be
Joan.
well.
Hi,
Birthday.
Joan.
All right, I'll stop the recording.
Yes,
Yep.
please.